You know, after I uploaded that, I try not to watch those videos too much. Because, yeah, you know, it's just the vainness thing, I guess. I don't know. But I do go back and eyeball them once in a while. And what struck me is I probably came across a little bummed out. Absolutely. You know, things don't go your way all the time. I was under other duress with dear old dad in the hospital again. And see, now I'm talking. Can't friggin' do everything at once, right? That's alright. So, yeah, you know, I was a bit bummed out. But it's that way for everything. You know, be it life, uh, helping your wife out, whatever, with, you know, her medical stuff. Sometimes you just gotta. You know what struck me was I was watching AVE's Ask Uncle Bumblefuck today, and it really struck me that, you know, sometimes you just have to smile, you gotta grin, and you gotta bear it. So I don't know. Yeah, that's one of those things got me bummed out, but you know, every day is a gift, especially with dear old dad. You know, we've been preparing for him to have some major heart attack, uh, you know, whenever. So we've gotten several extra years out of good old dad. So I just need to smile, take a step back. Let's work on something else. Something else kind of mindless. So we don't have to think too much. And just be thankful that old dad is still around with us. Anyways, he's doing much better. He's home, doing good. So I'm thankful for that. So anyways, we're going to forge ahead. And we're going to finish this little guy up. You probably I haven't introduced you to this project. But that's okay. I've had this silly little Harbor Freight trailer for years now, and it's seen too many back roads. And we kind of winkled the frame up a bit, overloading it with ATV and all sorts of other crap. So I took it apart, and Dad now has a decent sized one of those mobility scooters. So, but one big enough to haul him around. Damn thing weighs like 300 pounds. And it's a chore to move. And he wants to get out and go to the car shows and go hang around and do all sorts of other stuff. So I'm like, you know what? So I'm making a little teardrop trailer. And it's not going to have a galley in it. It's just going to be open. We're going to load up those mobility scooters in there. And go cruise those around. So this will be fun. We can haul all the junk that we have to, you know, the awning. Frick, I got a little grill I won a show. So we'll go and make a friggin' picnic out of it. Cooking some brats. Maybe a cold one. Iced tea. And we'll call it a day in the park. So we're making this little guy to haul those mobility scooters around and all the assorted knickknacks and thingamabobs. So we're gonna do that. And this is my mindless little finishing up thingy. So this will be fun. I got some fenders for it. Just came in the mail. So we're going to make like roadster fenders for it, and they're going to be free floating on the spindle. Anyways, if you haven't checked AVE out, I'll throw a link up for him. I enjoy watching some of his stuff. He is a funny man. Oh, what the hell? There we go. Now she's bitten. Oh, yeah. So, I'm going to do a metric ass ton of these little screws. I'm just going to tap them into the frame. And then put this little piece of trim on there to dull up the bottom edge. And think about, just how lucky sometimes we are. Sure, everybody gets their little ups and downs. But, by golly, what the hell? Hey, you just gotta keep smiling, forge right ahead. Like for when you're doing hot rod stuff, right? I always try to have, a couple of different projects in the works, so that when one just absolutely got you whooped and you're feeling down, well, you know what? Just put that one aside. Go find another little project to dork with. Something that's totally different. So like when we were building the 50, I was months, sanding, bondoing, sanding again, painting, sanding again, and it got really old there for a while. So I had some interior stuff I could do. And I could sit at the workbench and just dork around, do some nice little projects. So keep that in mind when you're out there and you're getting frustrated and things are just kicking your ass and you cannot buy a break. Well, just go find something else to do. As long as you're having fun. And that's probably the biggest thing, is you gotta want to do this, right? This is my hobby. So you gotta want to do it, not approach it like you have to do it. It's not like, daily driver maintenance stuff. You gotta do it. And I gotta do it now. And everything else has to hold off while that happens. This has to be treated like playtime. And sometimes you lose track of that. So, just keep that in mind as we're out here dorking around the garage. I know it's hard sometimes. Take a step back. Turn the old brain off a little bit. Think about something else. It's all good. And you'll get through it. Something better will happen. For me, something better did happen. Dad's still around. So maybe we can go to some car shows this year. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So, anyways, you guys have a good week. I got a couple more holes to do. You take care now. It just occurred to me I didn't do an introduction to this, and I did not properly thank Uncle Bumblefuck for the fine motivational speech he just gave. Boy, that guy can use his mouth pretty in a $20 whore. I don't know, I think he's psychic or something, because it just hit me that he's probably looking over my shoulder. Nah, I'm fucking kidding. He ain't watching this fucking channel. Anyhow, listen to me ramble a bit. I'm gonna dark around with this. We're gonna make some, well, that's pretty even. That is very even. I'm going to make a couple of struts off of this down to the spindle mount, because I've got the flange for drum brakes on these axles, and I'm not going to put drums on it. This thing weighs 600 pounds. So we'll mount them a la roadster style right off of the friggin' spindle and go from there. So anyways, ta.